Welcome to the Semi-Toxic Podcast. There are worse things for you out there. My name is Marigold.
I'm Kai.
And I'm Dead Slayer.
We wrote down topics, and the host, that's me, will pick one using a random number generator. Today, we'll be talking about manhunting.
What?
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 Don't worry about it.
A most dangerous game?
That's what I was gonna say. It was
If you're watching this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We need more victims for the game.
Well, you literally take. I was gonna
we
go
need
like
more players.
I was
for the
gonna.
game.
I was gonna go a most
Wink.
dangerous game.
Sure, players.
I mean, the floor's open. You still can if you want.
Yeah. All right. So we're being hunted, man. I thought we were gonna be the hunter.
Yeah. No. I still want to do that with my mom someday. Just have her.
You want to hunt
have
a
that
human?
Be like
People?
YouTube series. No. Like before the pandemic. This is where I got the idea from. Before the pandemic, we had a thing where my first summer break after my first year in college, we were going to do a thing where I would be given a week's head start and I would create a travel vlog across America, but she'd be trying to hunt me down.
Oh, you told me this. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the pandemic happened, and we didn't get to do it.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. You going along, your mother do it. I literally thought you meant you and your mom wanted to hunt down people and shit like that. Which great
That would be
great
pretty
Well,
bonding
she'd be
experience.
hunting me down. She would be
Hmm.
hunting me down. She would have lent me money to do this. It would be fine. It would be fun.
This is a fantasy.
Imagine money not being a problem.
Let's get back to the topic.
I thought this was on topic.
No, you're just making fun of me for being poor.
What? What, you think I'm not poor?
I've made fun of you for
I
less.
can't do anything. I will make fun of myself for being poor too.
Instead of making fun of ourselves for being poor, you've just robbed a bank, but it didn't go well.
Because I'm poor.
What's your first move?
I mean, it depends on how it didn't go well and where it went wrong. What do you mean? What's our
Driver
first move?
never showed up.
The what?
Getaway driver never showed up.
Oh, I never rely on a getaway driver. I am a getaway driver.
How do you get the money first?
You
But
steal
you
it?
get out of the car, you go in, you get the money, you go out, you go in your car, and you leave.
Planning a heist is a different episode. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, I can see a lot of ways this could go wrong. I mean,
This is the aftermath of the heist.
especially because I've heard that the most people get away with is $5,000 on average if they get away. So it's
Well, you're one of the lucky ones who've managed to get away a little bit. You've put some distance between you and the bank. What is your first move?
Oh shit, man! If we have cash, man, if we have
I mean,
cash
if
on hand,
that radio show "Stupid Criminals" taught me anything, it's to drop my actual ID as an attempt to start a wild goose chase for the police to throw them off my trail, but accidentally lead them right to me, and then wonder where I went wrong.
Valid first move. You immediately go to jail.
That happened. That happened.
that happened to you. You dropped your real ID. And
Not
went
to me,
jail?
but that. No, there was this radio
Don't
show in
dox 'em,
California that went were called "Stupid Criminals," where
Oh, yeah.
they just cover criminal cases that went hysterically poorly. And one of them was someone who robbed something. I can't remember if it was a store or a bank. They saw a TV show where the person dropped a fake ID and fake evidence to
Yeah.
throw them off their trail, but they didn't. I guess they weren't paying attention because they didn't know that it was a fake ID, so they accidentally intentionally dropped their real identification and their address, and it didn't take very long for the cops to catch up. And they were wondering how they managed to catch up so quickly. There must be an actual Sherlock Holmes out there somewhere, because they thought they
do
had them
wonder
in the
what was
bag.
going through his head. He must have been stoned or something.
I thought
I mean, from the area we were in, I don't know if that would be exactly necessary.
I thought you were talking about because there's one that I remember seeing. They cut this on tape, but this dude stole an entire jar of tips, and apparently it was hundreds of dollars in tips. People were really nice to this store, right? And he
I
stole
really want to believe that.
yeah, and he stole this huge jar of tips, and he got away with it scot free. But then they realized the whole reason that he had come in is because he was filling out a job application, and he literally had already filled out the entire application.
Nice.
So they just
Damn.
went to his home and arrested him. It's like, right?
Oh, I heard about one where like someone was trying to get a replacement barrel for a gun that they bought, but it was expensive or something. They decided to like very casually change the barrel out on their gun, put the old one in the bag, and then hang it back on the wall and pretend like nothing happened, and then walk out the store. Or one, it was caught on camera. Two, the barrel had the same serial number as the gun they bought, which had all the identification and information that was required to purchase a gun. And so, yeah, Mr. Sneaky got caught very quickly.
So what we've learned, first step, do not leave any identification
Yeah,
around.
don't lose
Great,
any
I'm glad we could come to this
identification.
conclusion.
Okay, that's what we've decided not to do. So, I mean, I believe James said that that's what he would immediately would do, but I would immediately not do that.
Great first step. I'm so proud of
Right.
you.
The fun's in the chase. If you don't give them something to chase,
It's not, the fun is in
If
getting
you-
away
if
with the
you send
money,
them-
dude. Like,
if you send
remember, I'm
them the
poor.
wrong way, then there's not much of a chase to get away with, is there?
All right, there are now patrols out looking for you. They have your description from the security cameras and eyewitness accounts.
What? What?
Cool.
That
They
means we
also have
didn't
this
plan it
podcast.
right. I did.
I just said that the heist went wrong.
Oh, completely wrong. Oh, well, then we're fucked
He
then.
did everything wrong except
Yeah,
he somehow
like,
still managed to get the money.
Yeah, like dang, what was that what was that movie with the bank heist that went wrong? They were using Mr. Pink, Mr. Brown. Reservoir Dogs?
Reservoir Dogs.
Was that it?
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs. Yeah.
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 Basically imagine that.
All right.
Actually, can I just submit a movie as my response?
Reservoir Dogs.
No.
But everything went wrong.
Yeah.
They all died. Even Junior, who never actually got shot.
Now, ideally, you would want to not die at the end of this adventure.
Ideally.
Okay, so where exactly did this heist go wrong? Because
Yeah.
we're not planning it. That could be another episode. So
Mhm.
you're gonna have to tell me which step went wrong.
I agree.
They know what you look like. They do not have your ID, but they know a vague description. Let's say somebody ripped your mask off as you were leaving, and your getaway driver did not show up. So you got away on foot, but you're still in the city.
Well, honestly, like at this point, like you can't really do anything now. And if you didn't, if you know, since we can't plan it, I don't know if I prepared any fake passports or anything like that. So all you can really do is like go homeless or something like that.
Yeah,
And
like
hope
what
they don't put you
assets
on the
do
news.
we have? What went right?
Yeah.
Well, you managed to, thanks for the statistic, by the way, Kai, get $5,000 worth of cash.
Okay.
We can, okay, let's increase the amount to 10,000. Okay, you get away with $10,000.
Ooh, that's a good bit more.
That's a bit more, yeah.
Say only have an eyewitness description of you. The security camera's in black and white, so they got you right as you were leaving, so they didn't get a great shot. So people mostly know you from eyewitness account, so they don't know who
so
you
you're
are yet.
looking for an about average height, white American male. He has a medium brown hair and
Just
a
dox yourself.
face.
Please stop doxing yourself.
I have the most
He
average
does.
look ever.
You are generic
He
white
is
male.
very
You're looking
average.
for
Yeah.
a brown hair, brown-eyed, white male, about average height. You're looking for an American. That's about all you can say.
Oh, thanks,
That's the most.
Dick. Thanks for saying I'm not an American.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, wow.
Racist.
Jeez.
Like, me getting away with only eyewitness accounts. I might as well have gotten away. I'm very lucky in that respect.
Maybe I should have planned this out a bit more.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe we should have planned the damn heist out a little more. Yeah,
Maybe a little bit.
I admit that, like getting a
The
10,
heist is a different episode. I'm sure there's a
God,
heist on there somewhere.
This was definitely not a well planned heist if we only got it with $10,000.
Hey,
I think.
Oh,
that's
I'm just now
right
noticing
there.
that heist is not, in fact, one of our topics.
Yeah.
One would have expected this to be that.
Yeah, I thought that was supposed to involve with that. Because like
All right,
at
we're
this point,
planning.
yeah, if I only got away with
You want to
$10,000,
on there,
I'm pretty
nice?
much gonna just turn myself in because
Do
you
you
can't live
want to plan a
anywhere.
bank heist?
You can't really get
Doesn't
any.
have to be a bank
You're
heist.
pretty much screwed with only $10,000. You have to get a job anyway.
Sure. Well, the point of this episode was
That's
just
like a
how
few
do you
months'
escape
rent.
a manhunt. I cared less about why you were getting hunted.
That's a few
That's
months.
a few months' rent.
Yeah,
Some hotels even allow like pay in cash.
yeah, I know. It's a few months' rent. That's why you're gonna have to get a job eventually. Anyway.
I think this topic's going swimmingly. Continue.
Yes. Alright. I mean, if I really only got away with 10,000, I would. I mean, the best thing I could think of is just to go
Okay, you
homeless.
got away with $1 billion. What are you doing?
Holy
A
shit!
billion.
A
Jesus.
billion.
Yeah, because I didn't want to focus on like why you were running. I wanted to focus on how you were getting away.
Okay. All right.
The point of this topic is not like why are you being chased. The point of this topic is how do you get away with being chased.
Okay, so if it's a billion, I can only assume that we managed to take it electronically. So
How about we
it's
say?
no longer
all
a
right.
question of lugging around a lot
Let's
of
just say to make this fair. How about you just say we got away with a lot of money?
You got
What
away
do we
with
do?
a lot of money. They
Cut the
made
whole site
podcasts illegal. That's why you're being chased.
Well, then you're being chased too, bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you for ideas. Now, what do you do?
Well, this is James's like dream come true because if podcasts are legal, then he'll go right up to Bob, Mark, and Wade and go, "Hey, we're all in the same boat. Can I join you guys?"
I mean, pretty much.
And they're all
Finally, I have an in on Distractable.
exactly.
Exactly.
It's like, this Bob, Mark, and Wade, and you're like, "Hey, James."
How the Bigfoot Collectors Club podcast is having a live video thing tomorrow and like speak with the host, so I can also like plot our escape with the hosts tomorrow.
Go for it.
Absolutely.
Hey guys,
They're like,
Did you
"Hi,
guys
nice
see-"
to meet a fan." I'm just like, "Okay, so now that podcasts are illegal,
And
we're
they're
gonna
just
have
like,
to
"What?"
escape to another country." And they're like, "I'm sorry, what the hell are you? What's going?"
Our
Gotta
little
be banned from their live feed
you're like,
forever.
oh, you're like, hey, it's a joke from our little ass podcast that no one listens to.
We got 10 watchers on our dragon episode. Alright, let's go with which country are you fleeing to first?
Any country without an extradition order.
What's that?
It's
An order that means that they could take criminals from there and bring them back to the U.S.
Yeah,
Oh,
a lot of countries.
I'm
have
assuming
it.
that's gonna cut out a few. What are left?
It is a lot of it does cut out a few because a lot of the. I mean, I'm not gonna say cool countries because that sounds kind of bad, but so I'm just gonna stop here. A lot of countries a lot of countries that don't like where we're from. Basically, we have to go and hope that they'll like us. Most of those places don't speak English, by the way. So, like,
Vietnam sounds fun.
Vietnam is pretty nice.
Wow,
though,
we're
I
in
hear.
different times, aren't we?
We are.
Yes,
Never noticed.
the war was a while ago. I mean, there's still people alive from it, but it's
I
very
work at a
tourist
retirement
friendly.
home. The only time I hear of it is those stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, some countries that don't have extradition treaties include Cuba, North Korea, and Vietnam.
oh, Cuba's nice too, isn't it? I know. I'm just gonna say generic. I'd go to a country that doesn't have an extradition treaty with the United States. How I'd get that? Like, the only thing I could think of
Swim.
was like, swim.
Swim, little fitty, swim if you can.
And he swam right over the dam.
I mean, like,
If we swim everywhere, we don't need to worry about transportation.
got it. We go to.
We don't have to worry about global warming either if we can swim.
I head north to Canada.
Exactly.
They're so friendly. I'll just go, "Oh, I just dropped my Canadian ID, eh?" And then they'll give me a Canadian ID. Boom. I'm a Canadian
Right.
citizen.
So Kai's becoming Canadian. He's learning to love maple syrup. What are you doing, Zed Slayer?
Hey, I
I
love maple
already love
syrup.
maple syrup.
Yeah,
I just pulled
exactly.
out my already existing Canadian ID. I'm kidding.
What
You
the?
do not have a Canadian ID.
Not yet.
Not with that accent.
You're on your way to Canada. What? How are you getting there?
Oh shit. I mean, if
Hug a
I
maple tree.
what that.
It will transport you to the land.
And you say you have to cut out my stuff.
No, I'm not gonna cut out that. That's great. I love that's great.
Okay, so Zed Slayer's doing magic shrooms.
I would just love
Exactly.
to.
They can't catch me in this reality. I'll just escape to the next.
I just imagine him like hugging the local
Florida
maple
man
tree and going.
turned overnight billionaire.
I just imagine him like hugging a maple tree and going to Canada, and the police just find him going wee wee.
Wee! And I'm just like spinning in circles, shouting "wee" to the top of my lungs.
I'm imagining you coming up with like a rhyme like from Dragon Tales, but about Canada.
They just have you like God. It's just like one of those horrible, like the bad endings of video games where you're like Canada is amazing, but you're like in a cell with like in a straitjacket and stuff like that.
Rocking back and forth.
You see, I don't have to worry
Oh,
about going to that
Canada.
intense of a prison because I can just plead insanity. I'm in Canada. I can plead anything I want. Like, you're not in Canada, sir. Yes, I
Like, yes, I am.
am. Like, oh my god, he's actually going to plead insanity, and it's going to work too.
You'll get. You probably-
It's gonna piss them off the most, is it's gonna work, and they know it.
I love how Dead Slayer's strategies all involve just getting caught. Like, there's no need to escape the manhunt. Getting caught's the fun part.
See, they're look. See, that's what they think. They think I'm not trying to get away, but really, I am. I'm not. Big brain right there.
3 parallel universes ahead of you.
See, they're looking for bank robbers, and so I'm gonna look like a bank robber. Not gonna expect that.
They know that a bank robber is going to try not to look like a bank robber, so if I dress like one,
Just,
I mean, it would be really funny if somebody like put on a bank robber Halloween costume with like a giant fake bag of money, then walked into a bank and managed to surreptitiously steal money without anyone noticing, and walk out.
you know, that
what I
might.
have to do is I have to dress as a bank robber, and I have to have the cash in like very obviously labeled like money bags.
Yes.
And then I have to film myself like going up like the workout, doing the workout equipment at a gym, but in outfit, and then I just make that a viral video.
That's what I was
And
gonna
then
say.
they'll
That's what I was gonna say. It's like if you pretend that you're making like a fucking YouTube video or Twitch or something like that. It's just like, and then they like
they'll
put
have
you.
all the footage, and everyone's going to be like, "Yeah, we saw it too. What's your point?"
Now this can
What
go
you
one of the
do
ways.
is you steal the money, and then you have your friend like film you going up to the guard and tapping his shoulder, being like, "Hey, can I take this home?" and hold out the bag of money.
Now this can go one of either way. Either they'll completely not suspect you, or the two, they'll like arrest you just because you're you're live streaming and being a dick, and then it's like, hey, I don't even think he's the robber. Let's just arrest him. This guy's annoying as fuck. I remember someone getting swatted. Like I was watching a video of someone getting swatted, and they bust down his door, but then they realize that someone swatted him, and the police are just like, it's just some dumb gamer shit, and walk away. And it's the funniest thing. I mean, like, it's horrible that he got swatted, but it's great that the cops already knew. Like what? Like they immediately knew.
They're like, "This isn't the first time."
Exactly. God, what a horrible practice, man.
You'll get a check for the door in the mail. Give it 8 to 10 business days.
Business
8 to
years.
10 business years.
Yeah,
Jinx.
yeah.
Back on track. You've managed to make it to Canada, but it seems like one of the Mounties looks like they might recognize you from something. What do you do?
Tell them I'm a soap star.
Convince me you are a soap opera star.
But it's not in a country you would know. I'm like, he's just a Mountie, all right? They're corruptible. I'll just give him money.
You know what? Fair enough. Dead
They're
Slayer.
Canadians. I'll just apologize.
Oh, wait,
Not good enough. It's a Mountie.
I could just say no. I'm not. No, I've never seen you, and just walk away.
They're Mounties. They're allowed to be rude.
They're Mounties that are allowed to be rude.
I ask if they can lead the way to the nearest hockey stadium, and then that will completely throw them off track, and they'll forget that they are supposed to recognize me because they'll be more interested in hockey.
Well, now that we've made all of our Canadian listeners mad at us.
No, they're all now watching hockey. It's cool. I'm kidding. We lost the audience, but they're not mad. They're watching hockey.
I mean, they're probably already mad that we're. It's okay. We're bringing money into the country. If we go to the right province, it'll probably be okay. People always say when you win the lottery, you got to invest it. Well, if I rob a bank, I'm gonna invest it. See, that's big brain
The money
right
gets
there.
tracked, man.
Why does it? How does it get tracked?
Tracking numbers. All bills have tracking numbers on them.
Yeah, but
Specifically in case they get robbed.
Mari, I'm in. Well, then how do I do
Canada?
any? Yeah, I'm in Canada. I'll just I'll change over the money, man.
All right, fair
The
enough.
Canadian dollars. Aha. Yeah. Well, if they can track the money anywhere, then I can't spend it anywhere, can I?
Buy NFTs.
So,
But you still have to convert the money to buy NFTs.
I think you have to like pay for stuff like under the table and then sell that to get like real money.
No, you could buy Bitcoin by. I mean, it's gonna be shady, but Bitcoin's already shady.
So is Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, you can
Bitcoin's
already.
already
look
shady,
normal.
so that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, you rob a bank, you buy Bitcoin, you move to Canada.
Yeah, and then I'll become a Canadianaire.
Canadianaire? What does that mean?
It's like a
He
Canadian
owns
millionaire.
Many
Canadianaire.
Canadians.
Yeah, right. Many Canadians. Because that's legal, right? That's legal in Canada, right?
Everyone wants to be a
totally.
Canadian.
It's been like a decade since your bank heist. You look back on your outlaw days with fondness and nostalgia, and a little kid comes up to you and asks, "Mister, are you the famous Kai Faceless that robbed the blah 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 bank on like June 11th, 1939?"
And what are we doing this? Are we like RPing now? Should I
I
roll
guess.
for initiative? Or, no, that's if I'm attacking
A
the
child
kid.
approaches and asks, "Are you the legendary Kai Faceless?" Roll for
Roll for
initiative.
initiative.
I punched the child.
Actual
Alright,
quote.
Dead Slayer, what are you doing to the child that Kai just punted?
He's gonna use more.
The child's not recognizing me. I don't need to worry about shit. I just
OMG,
sit back and enjoy
is
the
that
show.
Dead Slayer, the other very famous bank robber?
With 54. Wait, he knows we're bank robbers? I thought. What? I thought he would just notice his Canadianaires.
No. It's been decades.
What?
I say, no, I'm just another light-skinned, brown-haired person of average depiction. One of millions.
One of billions, dude. I was like,
I didn't want to overshoot.
if it's been decades, it's probably like as long as the economy hasn't
Yeah,
fallen,
my
there should be
style
even more
probably
billions
is
of
now
us.
my style's probably not a fad.
You know what, Murray? How would you get away?
Well, first of all, I would change my appearance by like buying some new clothes and putting it on, and like maybe some hair dye or something. Get some new shoes, get some makeup, just completely change my facial structure. 2, get an Uber that will accept cash,
Oh,
and get him to drop me off at like at like a train station or something,
Bro,
and then buy tickets for a bunch of different trains.
an Uber that takes cash, isn't that just a person?
Well, not all Uber drivers will accept cash. Some of them will only do credit cards.
I mean, none of them accept cash through Uber.
They used to accept cash. They don't
Well,
anymore.
If they used to, then it wasn't legal.
Oh. Well, in that case, I get a taxi to like the nearest train station or bus station, and then I buy a bunch of different tickets.
Ah.
And then I choose one. It doesn't matter which. Maybe I roll some dice to figure it out. and I ride basically as far as I can.
So to Canada as well. Like,
No, I'm going to
so-
Mexico. I don't want to deal with that snow.
for some, there's no. Can you get a train over Mexico in the United States? To Mexico in the United
I'm
States?
not. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'd have to like get a car to like go through the border myself eventually. But like, I, I'm just, I just need the bus to get me away from the immediate area.
I
She's
see.
just taking the midnight train going anywhere.
I'm just a country
Don't
girl.
Living in a copyright strike world.
World.
we gotta find another way of singing that. It's just like, we were like
Take the thieving train.
yeah, exactly. James and I thought of
Take the canceled
on
train
down
going
south.
copyright.
like it's kind of an in joke that James and like whenever James and I are like fucking streaming, he always gets me to like sing Dragula. Do you know that song?
Burn in the ditches and burn through the witches
Yeah.
and ride in
Yeah.
the back of my
So like,
Dracula.
so to make sure that we didn't sing it like that, we tried to make like a thing, and it actually sounded really good. It's dig through the trenches and burn through the wenches.
And ride in the back of my Frankenstein.
Oh, that's good. We couldn't think of the second part. I fucked up.
What are you talking about? I said just throw him in the back of my Ultima.
Ultima, yeah, that was what it is.
Nissan Ultima.
That's a real car. Dude,
I think I prefer Frankenstein.
now I can just see you like being in like just like it cutting into Ultima, and you're doing that like head bop thing like he's doing in the video in an Ultima.
So he uses his bank heist money to buy an Ultima. So he can make a parody of the song.
Dude, I could totally see you pimping out your Ultima in like in like Rob Zombie colors and stuff like that. Like I want black lace curtains. I want to look like a dragster, but it's an Ultima, sir. I just do it. All right, I'm the one with the money.
Throw some sick-looking flame decals on the sides, like that. That's just gonna look ridiculous with this model. I don't care.
Oh my god, it reminds me of like a
Do I look like a man who cares?
Do I look like a man who gives a damn what looks actually cool?
I remember like if you cheated in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you could put hydraulics on any car, so you could like get like a minivan
Sick.
and
Like
put
a
hydraulics
smart
on
car
it. It's
with
like smart car with flames. That's not very eco-friendly.
It's not about eco-friendly, it's about the aesthetics.
You know, fuck that. You know, like if I got if
It's
we
about sending a message.
yeah, if I get away and I spend my money, I'm gonna get
It's
a
about
I'm gonna get a
watching
hybrid. I'm gonna get an electric car, but I'm gonna make it burn gas just for the heater. So you got to put gas in it anyway.
It's a statement about
It is a
society.
statement. We live in a society.
The world, just like my car, is on fire.
And I'm all right. So it's been 10 years, and some girl comes up to you and goes, "Senora, aren't you aren't you the famous Marigold 54 who's a
They
bank
say,
robber?"
no. You're thinking of my auntie.
Your auntie. No. It's pretty sure it was you.
No. You're thinking of my auntie. My auntie, she liked to give me presents like this, and then I give the little girl $100.
And she goes, "Thanks. That doesn't matter because we're in Mexico.
Damn.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that you can't use money down in Mexico?
You can't use $100. They use pesos."
Fine, the equivalent of $100 in pesos.
Okay.
It's been 10 years. I must have converted to pesos by then.
You didn't say that though. We did.
You know,
That was part
she's
of our
in
plan, not
Mexico.
yours.
Mexico is our neighbor. I'm sure there are people who take American money.
Yeah, but a little girl, does she have that connection?
She doesn't need that connection. Like, I'm sure that, like, the corner store near the border is going to take American money.
You're gonna stay right next to the border? That is
I like to live dangerously.
like right at the border.
Convince me you use pesos.
Convince me you use pesos.
Okay, I pay you 2 in pesos when you come to visit me.
Oh, we're comfortable in Canada, man. We're good. We're not.
Canada's a
I'm
bit of a
sorry, you
walk
can't enter an
from.
airplane.
No, they might know we're the famous bank robbers. Oh my god.
Cowards. While you sit there shivering in your mediocrity, I lay here
Mediocrity?
triumphant. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below on how you would escape from the popo.
The popo.
Bye.
Bye!
Cheers.